So here we'll introduce the word arithmetic mean. Average is also termed as arithmetic mean. And let's understand this with an example here. For example, the most common representative value for the central value of a group of observations. This is called as arithmetic mean. Now, what do you understand by this sentence over here? The common representative value. Obviously, it is a representative value. That means for a set of observations, mean will represent that complete set of observation, right? For example, if we take, there are some sweet in the boxes. The sweet boxes contain 20 kilograms, 30 kg and 70 kg of sweets respectively. So, what is the amount that each box would have if each contains the sweets equally? That means if in all the 3 boxes, the quantity of sweets is exactly equal, then what is an average one for this? So, instead of 20, 30 and 70, if they share the same quantity, then how can we find that what could be the average weight in a particular sweet box? So, for this, what we have to do is, we have to first calculate the total number of sweets, that is the total quantity of sweets, and what is the total number of boxes. And after that, we have to divide the total quantity of sweets by the total number of boxes. So, here in this case, what we have to do is, we have to add 20, 30 and 70, because this was the weight of individual quantity of the sweets in the box. And how many boxes were there? There were 3 boxes. So, we have to divide it by 3. So, 20 plus 30 plus 70 will give you 120, when divided by 3 will give you 40 kilograms. So, we say here that 40 kilogram is the average quantity of sweet which must be in one box if this quantity of sweet is shared equally among the boxes. That means if each box shared the same thing. So, if each boxes would have 40 kilograms of sweets, we can say, with a formula we can conclude this thing, that arithmetic mean is equal to the sum of observations divided by the total number of observations. If it is quite relatable, you can see we have found the sum of all the observations and we divide here by the total number of observations. Number of observations means what is the number of boxes in this particular question. So, I hope this arithmetic mean is clear to you. Now, let us move on to one more thing. We also can say, if I shift this number of observations on this side, I can say that sum of all the observations will be equal to arithmetic mean or mean times the number of observations. That means if we multiply the mean by the total number of observations, what we get is the total sum, that is sum of all the observations we'll get in this way. So, it's just a simple equation. There are 3 things in it. One is the arithmetic mean, one is the sum of observations, one is the number of observations. So, you know, if there is one equation, there can be only one unknown in this case. So, out of these 3, if any one is unknown, we can easily find that, whether it be the arithmetic mean or it is the number of observations or it is the sum of all the observations. Now, let us see one more example from arithmetic mean. In this case, let the height of 5 students are given, that is 5 feet, 6 feet, 4.6, 5.5 and 6.5, 6.2 feet respectively. So, using the arithmetic mean formula, find the average height of the students. So, what you have to do in this case, you have to find the sum of all the observations and then you have to divide it by the number of observations. For example, here you need to find 5 plus 6 plus 4.6 plus 5.5 plus 6.2, that gives you 27.3, and then you divide it by 5 because this is the sum of all the observations. When you divide it by the number of observations, you will get the average height of these 5 students, that is 5.46 feet here. So, I think this part is clear to you. Arithmetic mean, that is sum of observations divided by the number of observations, and we can write the concluding statement as well. Whenever there is a word problem, remember we need to write the concluding statement in every question.